Hello and welcome back to my channel Tech Jupiter, and we are going to tell you the advanced version of my previous video on IP address. See, these are the types of IP we have already discussed in my first video, part 1, and you can see why this is divided into host and network. Suppose you are creating a local area network. Okay, so suppose this is a PC and you are configuring a LAN, local area network. So what happened, you have 4 computers, so you have connected all these 4 computers in a switch. Okay, so now you are going to configure assign IP address, configure or assign IP address, logical setup. So what IP you are going to choose? Remember, whenever you are configuring local area network, all this IP has to be in a same network. That is the concept. If your network doesn't have any router, then your entire computers would have to be in a same network. Same network means if you took 192.0.0.1, okay, this one, if you took, so all this computer will belongs, their IP will be starting from 192.0.1. This will be changed. This will has to be changed because it's a host portion. By mistake I have highlighted this portion also, but it's a host one. It's a host portion. This is the host portion. Host portion will always changeable. Network will be same. So now the question is, uh, so entire world is actually working with IP version 4. So all the devices are communicating each other through with the help of internet, right? So the question is, all these devices or machines are belongs to a same network? No, not at all. Different networks they are using, but router is there. Router is responsible to connect different network. That is the another uh, feature of router. Router is responsible to connect different devices which are in a different network. Understood? So as we don't have router in our local area network, that's why I have told you no need to implement different network IP. Took any IP, but make sure the network portion has to be same in all the computer. Host could be different. Now the question is, which host IP I can apply? I mean random. Yeah, you can give random. Okay, so now these are the types of IP address we have already discussed. Now let's understand one very important thing, that is how we are going to implement IP addresses. Let me tell you the practical story. So I am just opening Windows R and typing ncpa.cpl, that is the shortcut. And you can see my network adapter. I can see the network adapters. These are the network adapters. So currently I am connecting with wireless Wi-Fi. My LAN is disabled. These are my virtual adapters. So if you right click here and go to the properties area, select TCP IP version 4 and go to properties. Here you can implement IP address, right? So I have told you that, what I have told you, that class D and E we are not going to use. Suppose if you implement 224.0.0, what happens? See, here I am trying to implement 224. See, once you have typed 224, it is telling that there is a error. 224 is not a valid entry. Please specify a value between 1 to 223. So as we have already discussed that 224 is used for multicasting purpose. It is not used for here. So this will be the last IP you have to assign, remember. So whatever IP you finalize, you need to implement right here. Suppose you want to implement a class A IP address, so 10.0.0.1 you can implement, and subnet mask is telling that 10 is a network and remaining 3 is a host portion. Okay, suppose you can see for class B, if you type 172, okay, I'm just removing the entire thing. I'm typing a class B IP 172.16.45.225, sorry, 254. Okay, so as soon as you hit here, you can see 255 are given. Why? Because 172 is a network, 16 is a network. As I have told you here, already highlighted that for class B, first 2 octet is considered as network. That's why here, that's why you can see the subnet mark is 255 and 00 means this is the host portion. So now suppose if I want to implement a class C IP 192.168.10.25, and once you hit here, you can see 3255 as given. Why? Because first 3 octet is considered as a network and the remaining is a host portion. Is it clear? I hope it is clear. So let's move on. So this is the way to implement IP address. Remember, now let me tell you one very interesting story here. Your IP is, there are two types of IP addresses, public IP and private IP. Okay, so remember, let me take a different slide here. See, private and public, there are two types of IP. So private IP is basically the free IP. Okay, so whatever IP, if your IP starting number is 10.0.0.0, then this network is considered as private. 172.0.0.0, any IP starting with 172.16, sorry, 172.16 to 172.31, if your IP range is in between this, then that IP will consider as private IP. And any IP starting with 192.168.0.0, so that IP will consider as class C, of course, but it's a private IP address. So in very short, it's a class B private IP, it's a class C private IP, and it's a class A private IP, and all these IP addresses are actually free of cost. You can implement anywhere. Anywhere means in your local area network. But when you are implementing, you are in a WAN, wide area network, internet, that time these IPs are not going to be implemented. Remember, apart from these IP addresses, all the IPs are considered as public IP. So if I type 20.0.0.1, so what type of IP it is? It's a public IP. Okay, so public. See, I am giving you one realistic example. You are sleeping in your house. Why? Nobody will going to be disturb you because you are not in a public area. Okay, but if you would want to sleep in a road, maybe what happened, you all know that, because that's a public place. So that is for network also, it is same. If your computer is in a local area network, that is your private property. Whatever you want to do, just do it. But if your computer is connected with wide area network, that is internet, that means public IP you need to take. Okay, understood? Let me give you a realistic example. Going to Windows R, typing CMD and pressing enter. Okay, here, so I am trying to ping is a command or tool, you can say, which is used to check the connectivity. So I am going to check my connectivity with Google at the moment. My computer is connected with internet, and you can see right here what happened. 142.250.67, this is the IP address of Google currently, and it is not, it is a public IP. So can you tell me which class this IP belongs to? Take a pause of this video and give me the answer. It is starting with 142, that means it's a class B, right? Let's check the IP address of Facebook. So ab.com. Yeah, 31. So class A. So all these IPs are public IP, remember. So this is a first thing. Let me tell you one more thing here quickly. There are two ways to implement IP address, remember. If you are manually going window, you are typing Windows R, typing in NCPA, or if you don't want to type this shortcut, you need to go to manually. You need to come right here in the desktop, right click over the network, go to properties, and you need to wait for a few seconds here. Yes, now change adapter setting, and right here you need right click properties here, and you are assigning IP address. Suppose you have 100 number of computers, and this way you are implementing IP address. So this type of IP implementation process is known as static IP implementation. Remember, static IP implementation process. This is, suppose if you have 1000 number of computers, so is it possible literally to go one by one in a single machine and implement the IP? No, not at all. It will be a very time consuming, right? For that point of time, what is required? You need to build a DHCP server. Okay, so DHCP server, what is DHCP server? DHCP is nothing, just a protocol. Okay, DHCP is nothing, just a protocol. And if you implement this protocol, with the help of this protocol, you can distribute many number of IP addresses from one single computer. Clear? And this way of IP implementation process is known as dynamic way of IP implementation. So it is a DHCP server, and DHCP server is distributing IP address to all other clients. So these are all clients. So this computer will automatically get IP address. You don't need to implement any IP here. Okay, where you need to do, and I am just quickly telling you here. You need to click right here. If somebody is IP providing you, see it is written obtain an IP address automatically. That means DHCP server is there, and DHCP server is taking the responsibility to provide you IP address. If DHCP server is not in your network, you need to manually assign IP. So these are the two way to implement IP addresses. Okay, so that's all for this video, and thanks for watching this video. If you have any questions, you can write in the comment section. I will answer. Thank you so much.